arms out. Lift the chest so you're nice and upright. And let's just start off with an arm stretch and warm up right here from a seated position. So turn your thumbs all the way over and all the way under, and bring those fingers as far out to the walls as you can. Give me just a few more. Pull that belly in. I want you to start feeling the belly contracting now. Good. Now bring your hands to the back and just pulse and focus on your breath. So these are quick pulses. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Long, expressive breaths. Inhale deep and exhale. Now keep going, but practice pulling the belly in on the exhale and contracting that diaphragm. So you feel the engaging of that muscle. Good. Your arms should be feeling it now. Drop one down and reach over to your left and just hold and release. And palm down switch and hold and release. Now incorporate the breath here. So inhale, switch, exhale, stretch. Remembering that when we breathe in Pilates, we're going to be exhaling either on the exertion or the stretch. So right here, we're focusing on exhaling through the stretch to enhance the stretch. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. And hold. Good. I'm going to warm up the legs. Just shake them out for me. And come back to a bent elbow. And just lift up one leg. And I just want you to circle that left leg nice and long around, and then stop. Circle and stop. We're going to be doing, these are a little different than you're used to. This is warming up the core, but I want you to focus on lengthening the leg, just like we did with the arm warm-up. Very similar. If you want to go down to the elbows, you can, but it doesn't engage the core as much. Now, reverse. So focus on extending the leg. So try to get it as straight as possible. Lift the chest. And you should feel this in your lower abdomen as well as the quadricep. Two more. And one. Shake it out. If you want to release those arms, you can. Just be gentle on the hands. Engage the core to hold yourself up. Extend the leg. Relax the shoulders, focusing on the leg. Long extension, circle and stop. Now, with this breath, if you want to start exhaling as a discipline on the stop, and focus on engaging that diaphragm on that aggressive exhale. Now reverse. That's a good way to add extra work to your diaphragm. Circle and stop. Pulling that belly in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. All right, a little posture work. So we're going to start nice and high. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. But you just stay right there, reach up nice and tall, and hold that for me. All right. Lift. I have to turn so you can hear me, but so if you can see yourself in your camera on your computer, just kind of glance and make sure that you're not back, that you're up, and that your shoulder mobility is being challenged. So if it's here, that's fine. but try to get it as close to the ears as possible. I want you to just hold this as you reach the sky, feeling a stretch through the back and through the shoulders. Hold it right there. Good. Now let's do a roll and come right back to that lifted. Very slow. Reach over the head and peel off the floor and come right back to that top position. Now here, we're going to add a twist to the front, lift and twist to the back. Back to center. Now this time, try to keep the arms as close to the ears as possible and roll really slowly. Reach up, hold, take a deep breath in, exhale to the front, inhale center, exhale to the back. And we're going to do this 2 more times. Super slow. Try to keep the arms by the ears, especially coming up. Reach up as high as you can. Inhale, exhale to the front. Inhale, exhale to the back. 1 more time. Really slow. Concentrate. Exhale, slow. Lift high. Inhale up. Exhale to the front. This is our last one. And exhale to the back. Now forward bend, stretching through the spine. Reach out to those toes and hold and breathe. This has become more challenging since I have been a little less active. I don't know how your back feels. Maybe it feels a little better. Maybe it feels a little tighter. Just hold it for me for a second and reach up and exhale over. Open up the spine a little bit more each time. And inhale up. Reach a little farther. Pull the belly in. 1 more. And we're going to put the 2 together. Exhale. Good. So reach as high as you can. Roll down. Heel off the floor. Reach up high and forward bend. Exhale. 1 more time and we are finished with our warm-up. Roll up slowly, arms by the ears, and last forward bend. Good. All right, it's time for the work. So go ahead and we're going to start on our back with our basic bicycle series. Just start off nice and slow with a simple lift and lift bicycle. Now, the things to focus on are engaging the stomach as you lift your chest up to the thigh and fully extending that leg that's reaching the wall. Extend and lift simultaneously. Now add a breath. Exhale strong as the knee comes in. Focus on that breath and feel the diaphragm contracting. Now we're going to double pulse, which incorporates 2 exhales because you're always exhaling on the pull. I'm going to straighten out my spine. Remember to exhale like you're blowing a candle on the other side of the room out. Now let's go to singles. It's a quick breath. You've got to inhale on the switch. Give me 4 more. Lift that chest. 3, 2, feel the core. 1, and release. Now, rest your head or your neck by looking forward and then look to the back. And look forward and look to the back. All right, so that was our warm-up. Now lift those legs. We're going to go to the next one. So this time we're going to try to keep both legs straight, but we're adding in a hamstring stretch. So start off thinking about extending the legs nice and long and lifting the chest once again, but assisting by pulling against that calf and stretching the hamstring. So make sure that you're feeling the core engaged, since that's our focus. Lift the chest, exhale strong, like you're blowing out that candle. Keep on focusing on the lift, and then think about how straight are your legs. Can you elongate those more? Remember, Pilates is lengthening and strengthening the legs or the arms, whatever we're working at the time, maybe both. Give me a few more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give it a break and take your head to the front and the back of the room. All right. So before we go back to that series, we're just going to do a little challenge. So put your heels together and press them in as hard as you can. I know it's hard to see mine from this angle. So I want you to put your lower back indented into the mat. Press and put your palms down. So keeping your focus on your lower back, slowly lower the legs until you feel that that back wants to come up. Maybe it won't. If you can control it all the way down, almost touch the floor, and slowly rise. Now, if that was a little too challenging, put your hands under your bottom to keep your back down, or stop at whatever point you need to. Now, focus on pushing the heels together. You're incorporating the lower abdomen a little bit more with the pressure, as well as working your inner thigh. I'm sure you've noticed that. Lift. Now, let's think about the breath. Keep going. So where are we going to exhale? Mostly here. Right here on the exertion. All right, so if you don't exhale anywhere else, it's going to be right there. Exhale strong. All right, team. Now this time, I want you to hold it about halfway there and pull the shoulders off the floor if you can. Your lower back should be fine here, and we're going to scissor. So just lift up high, a little bit higher. Feel the engaging of that core. But I know your legs should be starting to get a little bit tired. Reach and scissor. Now I'm going to look forward just to release my neck from being twisted. Hopefully you can still hear me as well. Now see if you can lower this a little bit more. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5. Remember, you can put your hands under your butt if you need to. 3, 2, and heels together. Finish this off and release. Pull the knees into your shoulders and release your hip flexors. So your knees are nice and wide. All right. Now I promised you some more scissors. So I'm going to finish this before we flip over, and we are doing hundreds today. So pull the legs in. We do this all the time together, and release the hands. So your goal is to keep the feet over the forehead as much as possible. Start with the palms down and lower one leg, trying to keep this leg right where it was. And then switch. Now we're not assisting this time, so you're having to use the strength of the legs to create that stretch. And you're having to really focus on keeping the legs straight. All right, now lift up just like before. This is going to get a little bit more intense. All right, now take the hands over the head and try to keep the shoulders off the floor. At any point, you can tap your toe or you can lay your head down. Now reach the opposite foot and do this nice and slow. Shoulder off the floor as it reaches, each time a little bit higher, or at least in your mind, it's going to feel a little higher. Reach and reach, long arms. Now let's count through these. I'm going to do 8 full sets. 8. Think about the breath. 7. Straighten the legs. 6. 5. Lift a little higher. Don't give up. 4. 3. 2. Last set. And 1. Pull it in and release. I know if I was watching you guys, you would be doing an amazing job right now. So I'm going to say amazing job. All right, guys, come on over. We're going to do our cat-cows. Then we're going to do, oh, it'll be a surprise. But we are doing hundreds today. I know I told you that, but I'm just letting you know again, because I haven't done them with you, I don't think, since we've been doing this virtually. All right, here we go. Pull that belly up into the spine and hold it without holding your breath. So feel a strong contraction in your powerhouse. So what is your powerhouse? It's all of those muscles from the belly button down to the pubic bone and up under the rib cage. So see if you can feel all of those muscles engaging. If you feel like any of them are being denied, release for a second, pull it up again, and try to engage that area of the powerhouse. So you're lifting your lower back to the sky, even though your upper back is curling up there too. Your focus right now needs to be from your belly button up to your lower spine. Now exhale, release. Hopefully you didn't hold your breath that whole time, but pull and lift, contract. Now we're going to add some pulses, okay? So position those hands nicely under your shoulders. We're going to go. So exhale as you contract the diaphragm and a small release down as you inhale. 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 So feel that exhale really engaging your abdomen. Inhale. Let's do 4 more. Make it intense. Inhale. Inhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale harder this time. And release. Drop the belly with a slight arch in the back and come back into tabletop. So I'm going to drop my gaze just so you can see a nice straight line. Take your right arm out, bicep at the ear, and extend your left leg. Nice and long. Now hold this for a few minutes, few seconds. I'm not going to keep you here for a few minutes, and think about the extension. Okay, so just concentrate on the alignment of your spine, extending the toe to the wall, the fingers to the wall, and keeping your hips squared down with the floor. Just hold this and tighten everything with the reach. Now all I want is you to lift up and hold about 5 inches with the hand and the heel and hold it there. Continue to breathe. I know your posterior chain should feel this. Now we're going to contract in and touch the elbow to the knee and then reach back up as high as we were before. So we've got 8 more. That was your warm up. 7 and reach. 6 and reach. Now where are you exhaling? Right there. And reach. 5 and reach. And reach. 3 and reach. 2, and reach. Last one, reach high and hold, and drop only the hand. Now just squeeze those glutes, and all we're gonna do is bend the leg and just pulse. Now, if this hurts your back, I want you to come to the elbows. Focus the tension into the glute, not your lower back. Lift, lift. We're just going to stay here for a few more minutes. 8 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come back into child's pose. You can take those knees out a little bit if it feels better. Reach way out and drop back into the stretch. All right, I hope you guys are feeling this. I want you to feel good yet worked when we're done. All right, if your wrists are getting tired, come up to your fists for a little while, okay? And some of you, if this just is not conducive, remember you can always go to the elbows and work, and some of the things you can take down to the floor. All right, so other side, align the neck, put your hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath your hips. Your left arm is out, right leg, and hold this long reach for just a little while, focusing on extending to the wall. Spine is straight, hips down to the floor, and reach through the leg and through the arm as far as you can, and hold. Take a deep breath, getting ready to lift 5 inches with the hand. Try to keep your bicep by your ear. Squeeze the glute and the hamstring, and back to center. Now lift up again, here we go. We're gonna contract in, touch the knee, nice and slow, and back to that high point. So contract, here's 8, and reach. We're doing this very slow. 7, feel the contraction, lift. 6, and lift. 5, and lift. Focus on the reach and the lift. Exaggerate all of this, every part of the move. Incorporate your breath. Exhale, and reach. And reach, 2 more. And reach, last one. Up and hold, and only drop the hand. Flex the foot, and pull it in. Align the hips, and lift. 16 or so pulses. You can drop that gaze to the floor, relaxing the spine and the neck area. If it hurts your back, go down to your elbows, please. Squeezing the glute, 7, 6, be intentional, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and child's pose. Good job, guys. All right. Flip it on over. I got to check the time here in just a second, but I want to get these hundreds done. So let's go ahead and take care of those now. Now, go ahead and lay down while I talk to you about these. We're going to do 2 sets of hundreds. The first set, we're going to do 5 exhales and 1 long inhale, okay? The second time, we're going to do 10 exhales and a quick intentional inhale. I hope I said that right, but you'll get the gist. All right, now you need to pick your position for these hundreds, okay? So here are some options for you. This is your basic position. This is perfectly fine. Shoulders are going to be off the floor. Once you pick this position, I want you to stay there because I don't want you to stop working, okay? So stay right there. Now, if you want it to be a little bit more difficult, keeping the back down, extend the legs. If you want it to be even more difficult, take them lower to a more challenging position. You can always reverse the work into a less intense option, okay? So pick your starting point. We're going to start with 5 and 5. If your heels are together, press them aggressively together. It will engage that core more, okay? So we're going to pulse the hands very quickly. The breath is going to be inhale and then exhale 5. All right, ready? Here we go. Inhale long. Inhale long. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 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 And release. Now, it's hard for me to exhale and talk at the same time. So hopefully you're hearing me exhale very, very loudly. All right. Now, the next set, quickly position. If your neck is bothering you, okay, you can take it down for a second and then lift it back up, but we're almost there. We'll stretch it out. So pick your position, and we're going to do 10 exhales and 1 quick inhale. Ready, and go. Inhale. Inhale. Inhale, lift your shoulders. Inhale. 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 Last one. And release. Whew. All right, look to the front of the room and look to the back. Excellent job. All right, everybody. Coming back over. Now, I want you just to get into your hover plank position while I check the time. I want you to hold it for me. You can be on your knees, your toes, but your elbows need to be directly underneath. All right. It's right at 9 o'clock. We're doing great. We got 15 minutes. Okay. I hope you're still holding it. You didn't go do anything. All right. I left you here for a reason. All right. Now turn your body to the front of the room by taking your fist to the front and lift the hip nice and high so you feel the engaging of your obliques, both of them. All right. Reach up. Now come back. We're going to switch sides. Go to the back of the room and hold. Lift the hips. Hope you can hear me. And center and back to the front. Now we're going to add a drop and lift 7 times. 6. Exhale up. 4. Your knee can be down, okay? Because you're still lifting. 1, and switch slowly to the back. Hold, and 8, down and up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Now come back to a regular plank and hold it right there. Squeeze the thighs. Now lift one leg and hold. Again, you can be on your knee. Squeeze the glute. 4, 3, 2, and switch. Squeeze the glute that's lifted and the quad that's left down. 2 more seconds and drop down and just wiggle those hips back and forth. Release your lower back and relax here for just a minute. Now we're going to walk those hands out and we're going to work our posterior chain. So again, I hope you can hear me with my head down, but drop your chin and elongate your spine. Lift those thighs off the floor and just hold it for me right there. All I want you to do is tap your heels and open. Now, if you have a very sensitive lower back and you don't feel comfortable with this, all you're going to do today is alternate a lift with your opposite hand and leg, nice and slow, while we do these exercises, okay? So keep that in mind as an alternative for you if your lower back starts to hurt. Now, we are working our posterior chain, which is the lower back, the glutes, and the hamstrings. So be mindful that it's working, but you don't ever want it to hurt. Hurt is a bad thing. So you're still lifting your thighs off the floor and tapping your heels together. Now drop these down, wiggle the hips again, and lift the upper part of the body off the floor. Your chest is up. Now keep the chest up and add those thighs back in. Now open into a star position. So your hands are out and your feet are out about 2 feet or more. And then bring them back together and open and back together. Now add one more move. So fingers together in front, to the side, now fingers together in the back and side. So front and side and back and side. Your thighs are off the floor. Now think about your breath. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 4 more. And we're not there. 3. I'm stretching this out. Together and open. 2. Together. Last set. 1. And reach out and release. Hands under the chest and come back into child's pose. Release the work. Let your spine, your lower back say thank you. Now tuck your toes under. We're going to do a little yoga here for a second and come into down dog. I'm going to take my chin down where it belongs and press those hips up and back. Take your chest down towards your thighs just for a minute. And come back into tabletop, full body plank. Hold it for me right here. All right? You got this. Still working, aren't we? Now we're going to open to the front of the room. We don't want to neglect our arms too much, so let's give them a little work. Now, while we're here, reach as high to the sky as you can. Come back to center and the back. Reach and switch. And reach and switch and reach and back to center. Now I have a challenge for both of us, okay? We did this once before. Extend one leg and the opposite arm right here. Can you do it? And switch. One leg, opposite arm. This is challenging for me. I need to work on this one. And switch. Let's do it one more time. You can do it. I'm going to reach one, then the other, and switch. How'd you do? Something that we can try to improve on together, right? All right, guys, we're going on to our back again. We've got a little bit of posterior chain work and a little bit more focus on the core. We're going to finish with bicycles like we so often do. Put your knees right above those heels. Lift the hips high, focusing on squeezing that posterior chain right here. All right, guys, just hold that. Now, squeeze and focus. Walk your feet in a little bit closer than your hip line because we're going to take the right leg up and hold it right there. Don't let it drop. We're not going to be here that long. Knees are right next to each other. And switch. All right, I have a little challenge for you in a second. Hold it right there. Keep that buttocks lifted. I know it's feeling, are you shaking? And switch. Lift a little higher. Get ready for takeoff. Back to that first leg extension. I want you to circle and stop. So you're going slow, feeling the work in the hip and the glute. Now reverse. Slow circle and stop. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now switch legs. Re-lift those hips. Extend and hold. Circle and stop. 3 and 1, or 3 more. 2 and reverse. 4, lift, lift. I'm dropping. 3, 2, and 1. Lift one more time. Hold it right there. And release. What'd you think of that one? Whew. Pull it in and release your lower back. Okay, guys, we're finishing before our stretch. All right, take your hands behind your head so our neck doesn't have to do any more of this work. All right, we're going to do a super slow bicycle. Shoulder coming up to the opposite knee and extending. Now, at any point, I know I told you this at the beginning, that you feel like it'd be better for you to drop the foot that's coming down. That's fine, because the focus is mainly on lifting the shoulder towards the knee. Keep the elbows open. Lift the shoulders off the floor as much as possible the entire time. And lift. Now speed this up. Add the breath. Make it intense. You can inhale on one, exhale on the other, or you can exhale every time. As long as you get that inhale in there, it's quick. All right, here we go. I'm going to count you down a little bit faster. 8, 7, 6, shoulders up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring everything in tight. Now open up and extend the legs. Pull everything in. Now open up and reach as you extend the legs. So pull in and open up. And pull in and open up. Give me 4 more of these. Lift and open. 3 and open. 2. Last 1. Now open and hold right there. 4, 3, 2, and pull it in and relax. You guys did amazing. We've got 4 more minutes and we're going to use it to stretch. I don't know how much. I know a lot of you guys are doing yoga, which is amazing and awesome. All right, so, but just in case some of you are not, One thing about Pilates is we get to stretch the whole time, but adding a little extra stretch never hurts. So we did a lot of neck work today. So we're going to take some time and relieve that. And then we're going to relieve the hip flexor and the hamstring. So just take that left ear and drop it down to the shoulder and press your shoulders down to the floor. You can have your hands wherever they're comfortable. Inhale up and exhale over to the right. I hope that feels so good. Inhale up and exhale over. Now, take your right hand and reach it far, far away from you, adding to that stretch. Think about your breath. Inhale up, exhale. Now hold it. Inhale again, reach out and exhale. The exhale will give you an extra element to that stretch. Inhale up, chin to the chest. Now as you hold it there, take those hands and let them help you create the top of a candy cane with the upper part of your neck. So imagine those vertebrae opening up just like the top of a candy cane. So you're lifting up and over, not just touching down with your chin. Now while you're there, breathe and open up that spine. Release the hands. I could stay there all day. Look over your right shoulder. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale over your left. One more time. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Hopefully that feels good. Roll out the shoulders. Let's go ahead and get into the hip flexor. So, as I always tell you, take that foot way out in front of the knee and release that hip flexor down. So you're going to be feeling it from the hip down. If you want a little extra press, push, or lift right there. Now put the pressure on the front heel, okay? The back knee can get a little bit upset with us if we put too much pressure on it. So refocus your weight to the front foot and relax this as much as possible with your breath. Let your exhale release the muscle. Now, hands on either side of your foot, aligned with your shoulders, and push the butt back and up to the corner of the room. Keep a gentle bend in the knee, but focus your stretch on your glute and your hamstring. Hold and breathe. Get the most out of this stretch. Slowly lift and switch legs. We're right on time, guys. Push that hip down. Like I said, you could add a little extra with some pressure or reach up. Refocus the weight into the front heel and relax that hip flexor forward and down. Open up the hip. We did a lot with these hip flexors today with the bicycles and the scissors. We got a lot of work in there with both our neck and our hip flexor. So give it a little thank you and push the hips back up into the back corner of the room. Enjoy the stretch. Enhance the stretch on the exhale. Excellent. All right. I know there's more. We're not gonna, let's do it. We're gonna come up and stretch our hip. I'll step back here. Take this left foot back. We gotta let the blood get back into our bodies by standing up eventually, right? So push this hip out and drive your elbow up or your hand over. Main focus is on the hip. So push the hip out and then just add the oblique in. Now switch, push the hip out, and add the oblique in. If you don't feel it in the hip, don't worry about the arm. Just move around until you do. Good. All right, stretch out your shoulders from all those planks. Give them some relief. Switch. And roll it out and forward. Oh, you guys did amazing. I'm going to bring you back onto my screen. Hopefully, you guys got a workout. See if I can. Go ahead and turn your volume back on for me.
Great class, Patricia.
Thank you. That one kicked my, you know what.
Yeah, it was a super class. Thank you.
Mine too.
All right, send
Patricia,
me.
I'll have to tell you this. So, I noticed yesterday, well, a couple days ago, I started noticing. I'm like, am I like drying my sports bras too much? I've built up my chest muscles so much that my sports bras have gotten tighter on me.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm doing strength classes every day because they're offering them every afternoon. And so I'm doing strength classes 5 days a week. So my
Love
upper
it.
body, my shoulders have gotten like square. Look at my shoulders. My husband was like, I said, look at my shoulders. He said, I can see. But it's
That's
from doing all these
amazing.
push-ups and stuff. It's from doing all these push-ups and
See? You got pecs.
I guess.
You got pecs, girl.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, my
Wow.
shoulders have gotten crazy. I'm like, oh my God.
I love it. So you know what that tells me? And I mean this because I fuss at all of you, especially Patricia, is that when it gets warm and you guys are coming to class and I see you outside of class, you won't wear tank tops. You guys wear these big baggy t-shirts.
Yeah.
I'm telling you to show off your arms because I know that there's these beautiful shoulders and things under there that you guys are hiding. Patricia, you know I'm right. You're
I wear
hiding.
tank tops sometimes.
But it's
You're
the
hiding.
underneath part that gets you.
We don't care.
Yeah.
Show off what you've worked for. So Carrie, I want to start seeing you in tank tops.
Here, I'll
All
do the
of
muscle
you.
shirt.
There you
There
go.
you go. Wow.
There you go. I'm going to end up buying them for you if you don't. So I love it. All right. Well, send me your emails and we'll get together as on a social. And you guys make sure you invite your friends that would want to be there with us. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Carrie,
Patricia.
thank you.
Yeah,
Have a good
thank you.
day.
Thank you.
Great job. I'll call you later.